Okay, so we've got this pretty hefty report on Russell Brand, and honestly, it's wild. I mean, going from like stand-up comedian to now facing some very serious charges, it's quite a journey.
Oh, yeah, it is. And I think starting back, way back at his childhood, right? Born in 75, parents split when he was just a baby. So he's raised by his mom, but she's battling cancer repeatedly.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't underestimate how much that early instability shapes a person.
Oh, absolutely. And you see it, don't you? Bulimia at 14, leaving home at 16. Then there's the whole thing with his father, that Thailand trip. I mean, wow. It makes you think about how those experiences totally warp your view of relationships and intimacy and all that.
It's like foundational stuff, right? Those early years.
Right.
And then you layer on getting kicked out of drama school for drugs, his own accusations of abuse there. And well, it's a lot of turmoil early on. You can see how it might lead to some of that boundary pushing stuff he became known for.
Mm.
And by 16, he's already battling heroin addiction.
It's heavy stuff. And then, boom, early 2000s, he just explodes onto the comedy scene. Super provocative, right? Gets the MTV gig, but then pulls that Osama bin Laden stunt after 9/11. Talk about pushing boundaries, even then, with some pretty big consequences.
Yeah, and that kind of becomes a theme, doesn't it? He gets huge with Big Brother's Big Mouth. Then the Saxgate scandal happens. Those messages left for Andrew Sachs that really hurt his reputation. And the hoax police call making light of sexual assault. You see this pattern of not really thinking about the impact of his actions.
Exactly. It's like he's constantly pushing, seeing how far he can go. But then things change. Around 2009, there's this shift towards activism, writing letters, hitting protests, even hanging with the Dalai Lama. It's almost like he's looking for a different kind of stage.
Yeah, you could see it as him rethinking his whole public image, maybe searching for something with more meaning, getting involved in drug policy reform, supporting Chelsea Manning, his Truth Thing Online, that book revolution. He really cultivates this anti-establishment persona.
And then more recently, especially from like 2021 onwards, he goes all in on social media, talking about wealth inequality, media bias. But then there are these accusations of him pushing COVID denial stuff and conspiracy theories. And that political flip-flop, that was surprising.
Right. It just goes to show how powerful those online platforms are. They give anyone a voice, but those voices can change in weird ways. Sometimes it even leads to spreading misinformation. And then him moving to the U.S. saying he's being persecuted, well, that just adds to that whole fighting the system narrative.
And then we get to the really serious stuff. September 2023, those allegations of sexual misconduct hit, the Channel 4 and Sunday Times investigation. Multiple women with really disturbing accusations, including rape and sexual assault, some going back years, to when one of the accusers was a teenager.
What's really concerning is that these alleged incidents happened when he was working with big media companies. He denied it at first, of course, but the fallout was fast. And then all those internal investigations and reviews, they really exposed some systemic problems in those organizations. Like, how were these concerns handled? Were they even reported properly?
And now, here we are, April 2025. He's been formally charged with multiple counts of sexual assault, including rape. The incidents are from between 1999 and 2005. He still says he's innocent, and even suggests that the legal system is being used against him like it's some kind of weapon.
That kind of response, it often points to defensiveness, doesn't it? He talks about his past struggles but denies these specific charges. It just adds another layer of complexity to an already incredibly serious situation, especially since the police are still asking anyone else who might have been affected to come forward.
So we've got this whole arc, right? A tough childhood, the rise to fame and comedy, all that controversy, the move to activism, and now these extremely serious legal battles. It's a lot to unpack.
It is. And as these legal proceedings move forward, we have to remember the weight of these allegations. This isn't just a story about a celebrity. It's about the impact on everyone involved. It's heavy stuff.
So for everyone listening, think about this. When someone like Russell Brand, with this long and complicated history, faces these kinds of accusations, how do we square those past personas with what's being alleged now? And what does that say about how we hold people accountable, especially those in the public eye? It's a tough question, but one worth thinking about.